Alright, since you're clearly a little loser baby man, and, you know, I'm obviously the most alpha of all the Necros. I'm the greatest Necro in existence, as a matter of fact. Not really. But, so here's a DPS rotation, which you should and can use in open world, but I'm only going to show it to you here through this golem to make it nice and easy for ourselves. Let's go ahead and give ourselves the usual stuff that you give whenever you are doing a DPS test. All these are necessary. Figure. So give yourself these things. If you ever feel like you want to test your DPS, that is, and practice it here. I do recommend practicing it here. Let me double check. Add professions. I understand. Elemental. No, nothing there. You go for Ranger, Spotter, Sun. So I clicked on Storm. Storm, Sun, Frost. Go back, back. Then you do Warrior. You do Strength, Discipline, and Allies. You do not do Tactics. You go back, and that's basically all you need for that. You should eat the food that you would normally eat whenever you're testing DPS, but let's not worry about that right now. Average, set them to 4 million so you can really test out your DPS. And then conditions, excuse me, you add the typical ones, which is vulnerability, all 25 stacks, along with, where is it, chill. These are status effects that are almost always on this thing, and I forgot to hit spawn. I'm very smart. Please spawn my golem. Does it have the effects? Yes, it does. Alright. So, a lot of videos, they try to drip out as much DPS as possible by using the Summon Blood Fiend, because it increases your DPS slightly. That's if you just want to get more damage, but use whatever heal you prefer. I recommend the Signet of Vampirism just because it's really good because it siphons health from things around you, and it has a on-demand heal effect that also has, offers lifesteal, which could be useful to you. How your build should be set up is like so. This is for maximum DPS. Top, top, bottom, top, middle, and middle, top, bottom. For weapons, I strongly recommend actually using a Warhorn instead of Focused. I just prefer Focused because I've always used that. So I'm probably going to fuck up this rotation a lot. But the main reason why I want to show you myself instead of sending you a video by somebody else is because all other videos are dead silent and they don't really help. So you open up the DPS rotation with 5, then 4 to cancel out the animation, then you activate your wells. Then you spin, you can activate 3 if you'd like, auto attack 7 times, and then you just auto attack with this, wait out these cooldowns. Use whatever attacks. I actually don't recommend using 3. It has a decently long cooldown. 5, 4, this, that, and then spin. So the reason why you switch weapons is to get that 2 off, just so you can get a bit more of that lifesteal. You wait for that cooldown, then you switch back, you pop that, use 4 to get more of that, use 2, and then you just M1. 5, 4, wells, and then you spin. You will notice my DPS is a little bit on the low side, and there's a reason for that, which I will show you in a second. So you just do the usual, keep pounding on the thing. It's a lot of casually AFKing and auto-attacking. And then you just auto-attack a couple of times, switch. For somebody that has a horn, you would use your 5. You will notice DPS will start to spike as soon as this thing is off cooldown. And I think you know why. You spam this. So as you're spamming 2, spam 1 as well at the same time. It cancels the cooldown animation. Not the cooldown, sorry, the post-cast animation that you would normally have. See, I messed up right there on the DPS rotation. I used 4 instead of 5 first. Do 6 hits, and then switch back. And just spam 2. It makes the animation ever so slightly faster. Auto attack a few times. Attack a few times. The reason why you're auto attacking is because each time you hit, it shortens the cooldown of all of your shroud skills. And he is dead. Obviously, low DPS. Reason why? I don't want to waste my food. But let's do it then. Let's waste our food. I mean, we got 86 here. That's a lot. There's also other factors, like I don't have infusions that raise my stats. My infusions only raise my agony resistance. Excuse me.
Use the console to begin combat testing.
Meant to go up to this. So, just respawn your previous golem incarnation if you want to do another test again. But basically, that is the whole rotation. 5, 4, wells, and then 4. And then M1, or basic attack 7 times. And then switch to your sword. Do a bunch of basic attacks at first. And then you'll see very soon, repeat the same exact thing that you just did. But the reason why you're putting down all those wells first is because you want to get that extra bit of damage from the field. So if you didn't know, there is fields and zones in this game. So for example, I'll show it to you real quick. You see those leeching bolts? Those are a part of the extra damage that you do. If you watch the damage right here, which I'll show you in a sec. Just keep wailing on it. I'll explain things afterwards. You don't want to stay on that axe focus or axe warhorn for too long. You just want to stay long enough where you get those abilities off. You get your 4 and your 2 off. As I said before, in your case, it is not 2, it is 5. It's all just to get more life force, because obviously, you don't get too much life force just from your 2 here. No life force at all. Your 1 gives life force, but obviously you're going to be spamming your 2 to get as much of that damage as you possibly can. You never even switch to axe and focus ever again after you've gotten 50% health. And you'll see the DPS just slowly increase because the speed at which you're just hitting at when you're doing this too, when you're spamming it with the animation cancel, it is insane. Like, you'll see that DPS is just constantly going up. It never goes down. It just keeps going. It went from 23 to 24. It will plateau at some point. It will plateau. There's a point where it just stops going up. And as you see, that's a whole 2k more DPS at the end. And at the start, let's see here. In the first few seconds, 24k, 24.5. Compared to what it was before, definitely a lot more. Food makes a big difference. That's essentially what I wanted to show you. That's your DPS rotation. Very simple. Memorize it. Easy.